Hi guys, Chris Graham here for We Love Betting. Not talking football, not talking sport, but talking music and music betting, because the odds for the Mercury Music Prize have been released by Paddy Power very early on. This annual award that takes place October most years. Up nice and early, 4 months before the event, Paddy Power have priced it up. So let's take a look at it. I've taken a look at it, and I want to share my thoughts with you. I've got 3 selections that I'll be backing. Let's see what you think. They've got David Bowie as a favourite at 72 with his album The Next Day, and while it was a huge media event when Bowie released this album back in March, I think it's far too short in the betting for me. 72. Bowie's 66 now. Usually the Mercury Prize goes to a young up and coming band or act, and I just think it's far too short at 72. He's not done any media for this album at all, no gigs, nothing. Lots of hype about the album a few months ago, but it's dissipated now, and I think by the time October comes round, I can't see this happening at all. 72, far too short for me. Let's move on. Second act in the list, Foals with Holy Fire at 4-1. I like this a lot. It's a great album. Foals' third album, and their biggest yet. Not often bands can say that, but their third album is their biggest yet. It got to number 2 in the album charts. Outstanding reviews everywhere you looked for this album, quite rightly so. It's a great album. Inhaler, one of the tracks from it, won the best track at the NME Awards. They've sold at the Albert Hall in 15 minutes. They're headlining the Latitude Festival in July. And they were nominated with their last album as well, 2010, with Total Life Forever. Put simply, Foals are now in the Premier League in terms of best British bands, in terms of biggest British bands as well. They're very much at that top table now. And this award almost seems, a natural path, picking up this award. It really does. It would be no surprise to me if they won it. They were 9-1, which is extraordinary. I hope you picked that up from my feed 3 weeks ago. Now chopped into 4-1. Still a decent price for me. For me, they are the most likely winners of this award without any doubt. And 4-1, still a decent price. Foals for me, than my number 1 selection with Holy Fire. But I've got 2 more at much bigger prices I want to tell you about. And the first is by a band called Peace with their album In Love, their debut album called In Love, which is 20-1 to win this award. Strong reviews for this album. Got 9 out of 10 in the NME, 4 out of 5 in the Independent. Only got to number 16 in the charts, but they're very much an up and coming band, and expect continual sales of this album as the year progresses. They featured in the BBC Sound of 2013 list, and they were nominated for Best New Band Award at the NME Awards. Crucially though, they featured in the NME Tour as well in January, which is an annual tour that the NME organises. They pick 4 up-and-coming bands, 4 up-and-coming acts to tour the country. It's very prestigious, this. If you're one of the acts involved in this, it means you're seriously up and coming, and Peace were involved in that this year. And the link to that tour and the Mercury Prize really is a really strong link, because in 8 of the last 11 years, a band on that tour, 4 get picked, went on to be nominated for a Mercury Prize. In fact, 14 acts in all have done the NME tour in January and then been nominated for a Mercury Prize later this year. Shall I tell you them? Let me just tell you them then. Asian Dub Foundation, Coldplay, The Coral, The Thrills, Franz Ferdinand, Block Party, Kaiser Chiefs, Arctic Monkeys, The View, The Klaxons, Las Vegas, Florence and the Machine, Friendly Fires, and everything. Been on that tour in January. Remember, you can only be on that tour once. It's just a one-off invite, and going on to be nominated for the Mercury Music Prize. The Klaxons in 2007, Arctic Monkeys in 2006, and Franz Ferdinand in 2004 won the award, went on to win the Mercury from being on that tour in January. A strong link there. Peace were on the tour in January this year, and I think they can definitely hold up that start and be nominated for a Mercury Music Prize later this year. Definitely. It's also their debut album. Debut album's got a very strong record in this award. 14 of the 21 winners have been debut albums, so another strong start there for Peace, 20-1. My final selection is a band I'm very fond of called Suede. They released their their first album in 11 years this year. No one had any sort of expectations, but in fact it was an absolute stomper of an album, absolutely tremendous. Great reviews, a lot of passion. They recreated that wonderful glam sound that they honed back in the 1990s. Fantastic album. It's called Bloodsports. 40 to 1 to win this award. And it would be, for me, a hugely popular win if this band won it. The Guardian gave it 4 out of 5 this album. The Express gave it 4 out of 5. The Telegraph went 5 out of 5 for this album. But what I'm trying to say is, it really, you know, it got great reviews everywhere you looked, and no one expected it. This is the guys in their 40s now, producing an album that sounds like they're still in their 20s. Very, very exciting. Great album. And one of the stories of the music year for me, definitely. Suede's resurgence, Suede's return to form, and I think that needs to be acknowledged in the awards this year. They've won it before. They won it in 1993, 20 years ago with their debut album. They're also nominated in 1997 with their album Coming Up. PG Harvey's won it twice, 2001 and 2011. Nothing to suggest Suede won't do the same. It would be a hugely popular winner. I think it's worth a small bet at 40 to 1, definitely. My 3 picks then, at this very early stage for the Mercury Prize: Foals with Holy Fire at 4 to 1, the main selection; Peace Within Love at 20 to 1, and Suede Bloodsports at 40 to 1. Good day.